Okay, we're getting ready to discuss how to bid for a call. So we're at the conclusion of our last call, and as you remember, the system has now booked you off. You're still logged in, but you are no longer booked in. So simply, you'll see on your screen the word book. So I'm going to hit book and send, and that will book me back into the system. Here again, I'm in zone 3, position number 1. I don't want to just sit and wait on another call to see what's going to happen. I want to be proactive and go out and get another call for myself. So one unique feature that the Yellow Cab system has is called a bid screen. So if you do not see the word bid on the screen, and right now I do not, I see the word book, stand, and update. One of the buttons on your MDT is the menu button here on the right hand side. As I hit the menu button, as you notice, it's going to give me different selections of words on the screen. And notice that one of my selections is the word bid. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to hit bid and send, and this will tell me if there are any calls that have come into Yellow Cab and for whatever reason, someone has not picked them up yet. So I want to go out there and see if there's any calls I can bid on to try to go get myself. So let's start the process. We're going to hit bid and send. So we've hit bid and send. We're waiting on the response, which is normally within about 5 seconds. And here you see it on the screen. It says bid list. Here's the date, March the 11th, 2014, and the time exactly is 10:52. Notice it says in the number 1 position, in zone 3, there is a call. Now it says 0 kilometers. That simply means we're right in front of the pickup point for where this call needs to be at. And so there'll be no problem there, is because we're that close. Now if we were 3, 4, 5 miles away from the call, then the kilometer number would be different. At the end of this, it'll also say the time, 10:48. That's what time this call got put into our system. So based upon the screen you're looking at, that means this call right now is 4 minutes old. It's 10:52 now. The call came in at 10:48. No one has been assigned to this call yet, and I can have opportunity to go ahead and bid on it. And if by chance something like that happens and the screen changes on you, just hit button number 5, and that will change your different screens. And that way you can bring back up the screen that you were looking at. Okay, so there again we have our bid list. There's a call in zone 3, 0 kilometers, we're right in front of it. The time came in at 10:48, and I want to win it. Now how do I bid on this call? Since there's only one call on the screen, it's in the number 1 position. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the word bid on my screen, and then I'm going to hit number 1. I'm going to hit bid and 1. That means button number 1 will apply to number 1 position of that particular call on the bid screen. So here we hit bid and 1 and send. And if I won the call, I will know it because the information will automatically appear on my screen after it. And it says, I cannot assign it. Trip is no longer available for bidding. That means somebody else got it in front of me. So that means I can no longer bid on that call. It's been assigned to someone else. So I can always go back and hit bid and send again to see if there's any other calls that have shown up on the screen. In other words, there is no limits on how many calls you can bid on. Okay? I can hit bid, and I can hit bid 1 and send. And if no one else has bid on the call, then it'll be registered to me. But this ride is not in the bidding state anymore because this is simply an example to show you. Now, if this was in real life situation and you actually won the bid, you would know it because automatically it would come up with your customer's name, your address, pickup point, and destination. That way you knew you had won the call. Now, while we're looking at the bid screen, also be aware that this is a 10-mile radius. In other words, wherever you are at within a 10-mile radius, this is where your bids will come from. If there's a call outside of 10 miles, it will not show up on your screen. but it's within 10 miles and no one has been registered this call, no one else has bid on it, it has not been assigned to anyone else, it will show up on your bid screen and you can try to attempt to win on it. Now your screen can hold up to 4 or 5 calls. So it could list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Each one of them will always tell you what zone that call is in, just like what you're looking at here. So it can go up to 4 or 5 calls. So if you wanted to bid on the third one on the list, you would just hit bid 3 and send. Don't bid the zone number, just simply bid the number on the list. So if you were trying to bid on the third one on a bid list, just hit bid 3 and send. If you didn't win it, it'll tell you this fare is no longer available to bid on. But if you did win it, you would know because all the information pertaining to that call will show up on your screen. Okay, so that is what we talk about when it deals with a bid list. In just a moment now, we're going to talk about a couple of common sense factors that we apply when we actually win a call and we see that it's a time call.